Hello everybody, back here again for vlog a day, and today is Saturday the 10th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day outside. We had some crazy rains again, flooded my backyard, but luckily it's been not raining that much lately, so it actually sunk through it and had to actually get the pump out. It drained itself, which was a good thing, but my yard is still a muddy mess, and this dog right here is still tearing it up a lot, so it is what it is. That dog loves to play frisbee. Like, that's his only number one thing he loves to do in life is play frisbee and headbutt me and give me a black eye. So two biggest things he loves to do. So went ahead, got this morning, hopped in the hot tub, stretching myself out. Just super sore. I actually have had a headache since he headbutted me last Thursday. I have not got rid of a headache since then. So we'll see if that ever hopefully goes away before long, but it is what it is. So went ahead, got a few other things taken care of. Karen got off to work. He was going to be coming over, Karen wouldn't go off to work. That's what I'm talking about. Karen ended up having to go up to see her dad. He ended up hurt his leg. He'd been doing some physical therapy, and I think they might have just overstretched him over day because he hasn't been doing much. He's just kind of been sitting around, been super lazy lately. And we don't know what's going on, if it's that or blood clot or what it is. But he had some trouble last night. He called her and said he's having trouble walking and whatnot. So she went up there this morning to kind of help him out. Basically got him moving around, kind of stuff. Some got him, helped him get some things picked up around the house. Went to the store and got him some food. He didn't have to actually cook, more of like just like cheese and cracker type stuff, like tuna, and crackers and whatnot. Things he can throw in a bag, walk with the walker over to the couch, sit down and eat that kind of stuff. So, which is one of the things he likes to eat a lot anyway. So it's not that big a deal there. But she had to go to the store and do a lot of fun stuff with it, taking care of it, and that took quite a bit of her day away. So while she was doing that, I was waiting for the dog to show up. They texted earlier, wanted to know if they could drop the dog off early, and I text back and said, absolutely, 100%, let's go. And I said like 12:30, whatever, or whatever time it was, 11:30, I don't know, whatever time it was. And it was now 25 minutes after that, and I'm like, hey, are you guys, are you still coming? Like, I don't want to be the guy that's like texting like 1 minute late. But it turns out they never got the text. Her phone's been screwed up like crazy. And so she was actually taking the dog drop off at Sarah's house, so then we could pick it up later when we were free. I was like, God damn it. So here I am waiting around and stuff, which then delays them and also screws up part of my day because I'm just sitting around that not knowing. I can work with basically any schedule as long as I know. It's that not knowing stuff that drives me nuts, which I remember like 2 or 3 years ago, I went to the mountains, and that was my big problem. We would agree, hey, let's take off at like 10. We'll go, do whatever and stuff with the family. And then 10 o'clock rolls around, nothing, 10:30 rolls around, 10:45, they're like, oh, we're not gonna go. I'm like, I could have been 3 hours ago. We could have been doing those stuff, and now the rain's moved in, or the fog's moved in, or whatever. And I don't like that not knowing stuff. I can work with anything, I just need to know what's going on. So, and I'm happy to change if things happen. That's no big deal, I'll work with that too. But just that like not knowing thing sucks. But so he finally got here, dropped him off, they headed off to a concert up, I think in Georgia or somewhere they're going. And basically it's like a car concert. I guess you sit in your car and you watch that. I don't know what it is. I didn't pay too much attention to it, but it is what it is. I basically decided to take him out for a run. So we basically grabbed the frisbee, grabbed some poop bags, took off for our run, got a run in, went over to the dog park and played frisbee. And I don't know if it's because I ran in there, which it was just over a mile. Like we ran like a mile and a quarter or whatever. I actually walked about a quarter mile, ran a mile, and then walked in that last little bit to the park, and then played frisbee for less than 10 minutes, and he's whooped. He is literally exhausted. And we can play frisbee at the house for like an hour and a half. And here, I don't know if it's because I can throw it farther and he has to run that extra little bit of distance or what, but man, it was 8 minutes, 9 minutes in, he's laying down like, I'm done, I give up. And I'm like, what the hell, dude? Like, we ran for 12 minutes or 10 minutes to get here. You ran around here for 10 minutes chasing a frisbee, not even 8 minutes. So we're less than 20 minutes and your dead ass is dead compared to at the house, you're running for 2 hours chasing a frisbee all the time. So I don't know what's up with that, but it is what it is. Got back to the house, headed back to the house, and got caught in a torrential rain downpour. Like, it stormed and rained like hell, and that's what flooded my yard. But it was raining hard enough that it made me scared walking, because I'm wearing, not like lights and shit, because it's the middle of the day. I didn't think I need lights on, for me and the dog. He's dark. I'm not super wearing reflective clothing. Every time I saw cars coming, we were going way off the side of the road, getting way away because I didn't want to get run over and get, ran over and killed by somebody, just driving along in a rainstorm. So went ahead, got back to the house, chilled out a little bit, got him dried off. Oh, he was mad, man. He was like, I don't know, scared of the rain or just mad he was caught in the rain. I'm not sure which, but he was pouting at me, wouldn't even look at me for a little bit. So I got cleaned up, went ahead and got chilled out. Karen was on her way home. She got home shortly after the storm, hung in a little bit, went outside, played in the yard, and it's just a muddy mess. And they were standing there, still standing in water. Hey, stop. I've got his Frisbee hooked to my belt leash on here. And every once in a while he jumps up and tries to like chew it off my hip. He's just not real bright. He's not the smartest dog in the world. He's obsessed with Frisbees. So went ahead, basically chilled out. The yard kind of finally drained out enough so I felt safe having the dogs up there playing around. Karen and I got chatting and stuff and whatnot. Had ourselves a wonderful little, I guess not fish sticks because they're fish triangles. I don't know. The junk ass flake fish all stuffed together in a weird shape. We had those and some sweet potato waffle fries that were both rather old. They've been in the freezer for a long time and they had a lot of frost on them. So we had a couple that were ruined just from way too much frost. They almost seemed mushy, like they never got dry in the oven. So it is what it is. But yeah, had a wonderful dinner, chilled out, watched a handful of Netflix and whatnot. From there, headed outside in the patio, had myself a cigar. We chatted a little bit. We actually got talking quite a bit, got talking about houses and stuff. We got pre-approved, so we're now looking for houses. I texted my real estate agent, asked her to look into a house we're gonna try and see Sunday. Who knows, we'll find out. Yeah, people are amazing. They've got their dogs in the garage and just don't say shit, but we already are. So I went ahead, said to hell with it. Was able to talk to her. She called, I texted and she called me, which I thought, just text me back, what are you calling me for? But chatted a little bit, kind of talked about it. She was kind of trying to push me towards a couple different houses that really aren't quite what we want. It's funny how we do the whole concept with we don't know what we want exactly. Like we're big on, we see something, we can fall in love with it, but it doesn't meet any of our parameters that we think we want. And other times we find stuff that we think we want meets all the parameters, get there, we don't like it at all. So who knows, it is what it is, but we are where we are. The one we found is got some land. It's actually a pretty good sized chunk of land right there in New Smyrna. So like almost an acre and a half, like 1.41 acres like that. Beautiful looking place. The house itself is a double wide, which I don't care. If it's on a foundation, I think it counts as a modular. So that means if it counts as a modular, our loan is approved. If not, we'll have to figure out something else to do. They're a different place or a different way to finance it. And it's gonna be a little tough at $300,000+, to figure out a way to creatively finance that kind of money. So we'll see what happens, and it is what it is. But yeah, crazy ass dogs. But yeah, went ahead, hung out there. She headed inside after watching a couple shows on Netflix. And I basically hung out a little bit longer, finished a couple of our shows on Netflix, headed in. And we kind of just chatted about different things about her job, talked about work, talked about monies, talked about salaries and paychecks and all that fun stuff, and the pandemic and all the crap that's come along with all that. So it is what it is. But yeah, that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.